Hello and welcome to Create the Flow. I'm Monica Freeman, host and founder of Monica Freeman Studios and Unewell. I am here to guide you in aligning with your soul's purpose, trusting your inner voice, and building a life that you truly love. You were born with a purpose, and your intuition already knows the way. Hello, my love. Happy New Year. I hope that you are as excited as I am about 2026. This episode is really just a reset after a very fast 2025 and a very short holiday season. Wherever this episode finds you, I want you to embrace this new year with love for your body through alternative, holistic ways that you can maintain your energy. This is not meant to be a forced regimen or anything that feels dysregulating, because on this podcast, we're about operating from safety in the nervous system and also from flow. This is more about finding ways to reset from a place that feels authentically aligned with you and good to you. So before we start unpacking all of the new content I'm going to share this season, in this beautiful winter season, and in this new year, I really wanted to start with a full body reset and get us prepared, really set the tone of 2026. Now, with that being said, I shared last week ways in which you could align with your resolutions or maybe a theme or a pillar or just your goals for 2026. But today I really want you to tap into your personal power and realize that every day is going to be different, and what we think we might want to achieve in the next 365 days may look very different. So just being present and allowing ourselves to feel what we're feeling when we're feeling it is really the goal here. So let's dive into this episode as we reset our bodies and our mind and our emotional state and prep our nervous system for 2026. So the very first thing is, when you are living out of alignment, you are operating from sort of either a habit, just a daily routine. So that might just look like waking up, showering, getting ready for work, having breakfast, driving to work, working a full day, coming home, whatever your routine looks like. When you have something that you do not look forward to every single day, that is your body's way of telling you that it's not in alignment with your soul. And whether you are a spiritual person or you believe in ancient wisdom or not, we all have an intuitive knowing about what makes us happy. And that's one of the reasons why I studied human design, because I was very interested in the different archetypes. I liked that there was 5 different energy types, and that as a human race, we don't all perform the same way. So we don't all get our energy the same way. And that's a deeper conversation. If you're interested in human design, I can share that on another podcast. But to generalize this and keep it sort of specific to just being exhausted, think about it from the lens of anytime you have to do something you don't want to do, you get this mental fatigue that already creates the environment that you're in. It already sets the tone. I know that as a CEO and a founder of a wellness company and a creative agency, there are certain things that I have to do every day that I don't enjoy doing. They feel so draining, but it's part of owning and operating a company, and I'm aware of that. So I allocate a certain amount of time when I know I'm at my most energetic state to knock those things out, because if I wait until I'm already so tired, or the end of the day, or on a weekend, or when it's like the 11th hour, I won't get it done because I already don't want to do it. So I have to mentally psych myself up to want to do those things. So I want you to do kind of a little energy audit of your day and think about where you are putting out energy in your day, and if it is misaligned, because it doesn't just have to be your career that's misaligned. It can be the food that you're eating. It could be the person that you're dating. It could be the city that you live in. Whatever doesn't inspire you, doesn't get you excited, needs to shift. Obviously, we cannot just change our entire lives overnight, but we can start by making a little checklist of what felt good each day and what didn't, and then doing kind of an audit of that at the end of the week where we can assess, okay, well, this is the takeaway from this week, and this didn't actually feel in alignment with me. So maybe next week I can shift this. So if you lost an hour of sleep, or you ate a certain food, or maybe you did something at work differently, assess your overall day to day and see what's working. The second reason why we lack energy is because we are not moving our bodies enough. I don't know about you, but I know that when I move my body, I get so much energy. And I'm not really a person who likes to work out in the morning. That's just not my thing. I really like to do it later in the day. But every time I do get up and I move my body first thing, whether that's a yoga flow or Pilates or hiking, there's a lot of hiking trails here in Los Angeles, or walking my dog, which I have to do every morning, it feels so good. The energy that I get from that helps me go throughout my day. If you're somebody who loses energy midday, then maybe working out on your lunch break or taking a midday break to release that energy is good. That stagnant kind of draining energy, and uplift yourself. Get your blood flowing, get that adrenaline going, move your body, or take a walk, even a 10-minute walk around the block, getting a little serotonin from the sun, getting that vitamin D is so good for you. I think we underestimate the power of just moving our bodies daily. I know for me, this also helps me sleep better at night. I get a fully adequate night of sleep when I work out during the day. It resets my body in such a way that nothing else does. And I know I've shared with you guys, I do the magnesium, I do the infrared, I listen to meditations, I relax an hour before bed, but none of that helps me sleep as well as a really good workout that day, at least in my own personal opinion, because I am somebody who writes down everything. And that is one of the takeaways that I have seen in my own body. So if you are not feeling energized, you have to take it upon yourself to actually go out and move your body and create that energy within you. It may feel hard at first, but once you start committing to this and you see the change in your body, it's going to feel so rewarding. The next way that you can get energy is by nutrient dense food. I was with my friend the other day hiking, and my friend was talking about how I eat so healthy, and that's the reason why I can eat healthy foods without being sick. And I thought to myself, well, that might be the stupidest thing I've ever heard, because most people feel better when they eat healthy. But in his defense, what he was telling me was he doesn't eat healthy a lot of the time. He eats a lot of processed foods and a lot of sugars, and he eats calorie dense meals instead of nutrient dense meals. So he feels lethargic and he feels tired and he feels inflamed and he has digestive issues. And when he puts healthy food into his diet, his body has a reaction to it. It's coming up one end or the other, and his body doesn't like it because it doesn't know it yet. So nutrient dense food is so important for our bodies. When I have sugar, especially before bed, I feel awful. The way sugar stores in my body and the way it breaks down, if I don't have some kind of protein or something with that sugar, my body doesn't process it. And I just feel not just that sugar crash, but the next day I feel exhausted. It's almost like I just had a glass of wine or a couple glasses of wine the night before. And honestly, that's why I stopped drinking alcohol 2.5 years ago, because alcohol made me feel so depleted. That actually should be the next one. We'll go into that in a second. But back to food. You have to make sure that you're having the proper macros. And I don't necessarily portion my food that way, because when I was being hyper focused on the exact portion control of my foods, I was actually experiencing hypoglycemia. So now I just make sure that I have protein, I have vegetables, I have some kind of fiber, I have some kind of carb. And for me personally, I eat a lot of purple Japanese potatoes. Sometimes I eat regular sweet potatoes. I have brown rice. There are butternut squash. There are different vegetables that I eat a lot of. And I try to focus on things that give me calories from nutrition, from a nutritional value, because I don't want to just keep adding stuff into my body that's just going to keep making me feel this exhaustion and this fatigue. And when you get healthy, when you really do this detox, like I did a whole gut cleanse and I reset my entire body. And when I did that, I could feel every single little thing from a piece of bread to a piece of cake to coffee. If I had a black coffee or coffee with creamer, there's just little things you can taste the difference in everything. And I don't mean taste the difference as in the taste of the actual food. I mean the way your body experiences emotions, the way it experiences cortisol release, the way your emotions are all over the place, like just everything that's happening internally with the body. Our bodies are so powerful and they are always communicating with us. They are always trying to give us love. A perfect example is today I did something I never do, which is I had an espresso on an empty stomach. And I knew I was fine to do that, but I also knew I had like an 45-minute to an hour window to eat and I did not eat. And then I went to get a second espresso before I ate. And after one sip of that espresso, I had that like shaky, jittery, like I'm not going to feel my best very soon if I don't eat. So I went and made breakfast. I knew better, but here I was trying to go against my beautiful temple, my beautiful body that's always telling me what it needs. So in that moment, it let me know, hey, wait, Monica, you cannot have this second espresso. You need to hydrate. You need to eat nutrient dense food. You need to get some protein in your body because I had not had any protein yet. We all have different body types. We all have different blood types. We all have different genetic makeup. We are all different weights and sizes, female, male. We all have different hormones. Everything is not the same. It's not this one size fits all blueprint that I've shared before. So you have to be mindful of your specific body and listen when it is speaking to you because we don't just experience pain and fatigue and headaches and all of these symptoms for no reason. There's something that we are doing that is contributing to this. Going back to what I said about alcohol, I know that I have probably one or two friends that are sober. I wouldn't consider myself sober because I was never an addict, but I consciously made the choice to give up alcohol because it was something that did not agree with my body. As somebody who has suffered with anxiety in the past for decades, alcohol was a no-brainer. It was just like, let me stop drinking alcohol. That's actually why I stopped drinking it, was because I was sick of having anxiety. And it did not necessarily prevent the anxiety fully, but it did eliminate the onset of the anxiety the day after or the couple days after having the alcohol. So that really did help. But alcohol is just another thing that really depletes your body. So if you are someone who drinks regularly and you're feeling tired all the time, you have to take that into consideration. There's no amount of hydration or nutrient dense meals or supplements or a lot of people get these injections. They go and they get the vitamin B and whatever it is you want to do, none of that is as good for your body as just not drinking alcohol. That needs to be a decision that you make. And as far as supplements, getting a good blood panel and understanding where your deficiencies are really helps you assess where your energy may be leaking because sometimes we don't realize that we're low, like myself, in iron, or maybe you're low in B vitamins, or maybe you don't have enough D or serotonin, or there could be not enough magnesium, whatever it is in your body that is not allowing you to perform like your optimal self. So it could be as simple as just taking supplements for your body. So that is something that you can definitely look into the next time you get your blood work done. I know I do that annually, if not quarterly, because that is something that I like to keep up with. But everyone is different. That's just another thing to be mindful of. And my last thing, and one of the most important things, because we could go on all day about why you are draining your energy and you feel exhausted all day. But my very last thing is how you are spending your energy. Energy is this sacred thing that we get. And it's not that we get only a certain amount of it each day. It's just that we get to decide if we increase that energy or if we decrease that energy. And I know for myself, if I spend time with the wrong people, if I give too much energy to drama and negativity and things outside of me, like checking CNN or any news outlet, Fox, listening to anything that's going on in politics, listening to a friend complain about a boyfriend or a girlfriend or anything that just feels self deprecating or feels negative. I know for me, that just takes the life out of me because I have done so much work to elevate to this higher frequency and stay an energetic match for the things that I want to attract back to me. So when I get face to face with situations that don't feel good, I immediately remove myself. I have created a boundary that is literally just like me putting a wall between myself and somebody else. I don't take certain people's calls anymore. I don't respond to negative stuff. If somebody's having a bad day, I'll give them a few minutes, but I'm not like engaging with this conversation. I'll listen, I'll be a friend, but I am definitely not contributing to the ongoing conversation that they are trying to have with me. I will just be a soundboard for them. And I have intentionally done this not to be a bad friend and not to be a bad listener, but because my energy is sacred and this is my temple. And stress kills, you guys. Stress is one of the number one factors of people dying because we don't realize that when we surround ourselves in toxic environments with toxic foods and we don't take care of our bodies and we don't take care of our mental stamina, this mental wellness, it doesn't help with the longevity of your life. It's decreasing this delicious oxytocin and dopamine and serotonin in your body. But we think, oh, I just want to listen because they're having a bad day and I can relate. I'm having a bad day too. But what if you're having a bad day and you called a friend that's always in a good mood and they uplift that mood and we raise the bar? Why are we settling for this like lack of energy and this fatigue? Why are we settling in jobs that we hate and living in cities that we hate, doing things that we hate every day, eating food that makes us feel bad, sitting on our couch and not working out and moving our body when we know how good it feels? Why are we drinking all night and making bad decisions and feeling like crap the next day? And why are we giving our time to people who don't deserve it? I just went on a rant there. But honestly, these are all things I eliminated from my life years ago, about 2.5 years ago now, when I decided to do a full 180 change. Never felt better. I'm in my 40s. I think I look younger now and look better now than I did in my 20s. I have more energy now. I'm so aligned with my soul's purpose. I love my community. I love my friends. I love everything in my life, and it energizes me. It completes me in a way that feels so good. So I hope that this didn't really kill the way that you're living your life or make you feel bad about yourself. That's not at all what my intentions were here to do. This is just to help you assess your own lifestyle, what you're doing, how you're contributing to your own fatigue and your mental well being, and to really get your body to this place of everything is possible for me. I can live a life that feels healthy on the outside and the inside, and I can wake up energized all day. Oh, yeah. You know what? One more thing, sleep. I don't know why I didn't mention that. Adequate sleep is probably the most important thing on this whole list of stuff. Adequate sleep and nervous system regulation. Because when your nervous system is not regulated, you are constantly in a state of stress, which means you are operating from cortisol and adrenaline all the time. And that is going to deplete your energy. And the next thing is sleep. Sleep is something that my body has to have. I literally need 9 hours of sleep every night. Most people need 6 to 8. I'm someone who performs my optimal self at 9 hours, which may seem a little crazy to some, but I know that about me. I know that I'm someone who performs my best when I get optimal sleep. So definitely figure out how much sleep you need, really own that, and take care of that. Get that sleep. Let your body repair. That is your body's chance to reset. And downregulate your nervous system every night before bed. Honestly, that's why I meditate. I love regulating my nervous system. It is the only way to find true internal peace. Okay, I've gone on for longer than I usually do. You guys know what all these tips are. I could actually create a PDF for them if you want. But with that being said, I actually do have a free guide that I am going to plug in here for you so that you can download that now if you would like. And these 5 tips will help get you aligned with this mind body wellness that we all need right now. So If you want to double down on your mind-body wellness, get my guide that is linked in the show notes. I love you so much. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you'd like more information, you can follow along on Instagram at Create the Flow Podcast or find me personally at Monica Freeman. And if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and share it with a friend.